Hello YouTube rabbit hole, this is Andrea. Welcome to my kitchen. Hopefully I can edit out the background noise of my dishwasher. I wasn't thinking when I started it. Today we're going to make some strawberry jam. I use the recipe that comes with the packets. I had every intention of making it yesterday during a snow day, but I got lazy or tired or something. But I did get the strawberries thawed. And you may be wondering, why the heck are you making strawberry jam in January? I'm making this in January because I'm using frozen strawberries and I wanted to get them out of my freezer. Around here, at least in my area of the upper Midwest, we do have a strawberry farm about an hour away from me. It's a U-pick strawberry farm. You can pick up some already picked ones, but they're not organic. Not that I care about that, but they are very expensive. More expensive than in the grocery store. So I tried them also. I suppose it depends on when you go, but when I went just once. Also, my son did not want to go with me, so I had to do it all myself. Anyways, I went once, and it was towards the end of the season, but they were open a couple of weeks after I went. So anyways, they directed us to an area where the strawberries were just about done. They were like way overripe. I was so tired from that strenuous activity that I took a nap after I got home. I just left them in the air-conditioned kitchen. I took a nap a couple hours later, and a lot of them were mushy and falling apart just on the weight of themselves in the package. So, I don't know. It was not a good experience for me, so I just make my strawberry jam from frozen strawberries, which I think are like half the price or so. So I am getting the sugar ready. My sugar bowl needed to be filled up. I have some more sugar over on the side here, ready and waiting. I am using the recipe that comes with the Sure Gel, and of course I have to modify it. 8 cups of fresh strawberries, and then it says to crush. That should be easier with frozen. They are all thawed. And then 5 cups of crushed strawberries and 7 cups of sugar. And that should yield 8 cups. I think I'm going to get more than 5 cups, so I'm just going to double the pectin, but calculate out the sugar. So, we'll see how I get. I'm not sure how I'm going to crush the berries. We'll see. Okay, so I should have measured in the food processor, and then I dumped it in my pot, which does not have an accurate measure on the side. So I had to dump it back in here. Anyway, musical chairs with the strawberries. So the recipe calls for 5 cups of crushed strawberries with 7 cups of sugar and 1 box of pectin. And I have 6 cups of strawberries, 1 cup extra. So I think I'm going to increase the sugar, and this recipe does not call for lemon juice unless that's part of here. Add sugar and fruit, rolling boil, ladle. Because I think, okay, apricot calls for lemon juice. Okay. I've learned that the sugar and the acid is what works with the pectin to cause the gel. And if you try to do low sugar or low acid, that it will not set. So I think if I increase the sugar, this recipe does not call for any acid. Increase the sugar, add some acid, and just do 1 box. We'll see how that goes. You saw a clip of me putting in my freezer. In my freezer, I put 4 little salad plates, and I do that because I don't like the spoons in the freezer type thing. I just do the plates. It seems to be better to put some on the plate, let it sit, and see if it gels. I have more success that way. With spoons, I don't know. Don't know why. So, let me see. Let me do some math, and I'll be right back. Okay, we want to know how many cups of sugar per 1 cup of the crushed strawberries. So, no, I had it in my head, now I lost it. Okay, so there's 7 cups of sugar for 5 cups of strawberries equals 1.4 cups of sugar per cup of the strawberries. So we want to multiply that by 6 equals 8.4 cups of sugar. So I will fill up my measuring cup a little bit extra, and I may do even a little bit extra than that. So we figured that part out. I'm going to keep on getting ready. Okay, I think I have everything put together. So next would be the pectin into the fruit, boil for 1 minute, and then add the sugar and boil for 1 minute, remove from heat, skim off any foam. I don't do that unless there's a lot. So ladle into jars, process for jams 10 minutes, and then the altitude chart. We're over 1,000 feet, so we add 5 minutes, so that would be processing 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So I don't worry about the foam. So I just need to add this, boil, add sugar. I do, while it's still boiling, check for the set. Oh, and I'm also going to add the lemon juice. Where do you add? Cup juice, half cup. I think we'll do a 1/4 cup since this didn't call for lemon juice anyways. Warning, this is partly Rebel canning. I do not have a steam canner, one of the fancy steam canners with the dial on the top. However, if you're interested, you do you. I am not telling you to can in this way. You can fill this pot all the way up and water bath can. You can certainly do that. And that is what I did for many years until the steam canners came on the market. And then it just nagged at me. What is different about them that just a pot with steam isn't? And Rose Red Homestead, she's a very scientifically thinking woman. She made a video about steam canning and how to turn any pot into a steam canner. See what it's doing right now? I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera. Steam is coming out. That is steam. Steam is steam. And for me, I'm going to use that scientific concept and not buy another piece of equipment. So, that is not tested by the USDA, so it is Rebel canning. You make the decision for yourself. Don't hold me accountable. I said it's your decision. Also, don't come after me. I have been canning for quite a few years, been around canning my whole life. I make these decisions. This is food for my son and I. Anyway. And I may add an extra few minutes as well, just as an insurance policy. I'm not sure. Okay, also I wanted to make a note that if this does not set, that's fine, because what I do with jams and jellies is I add it to my yogurt for flavor and a sweetener. So that gets stirred up anyways. So yeah, I don't worry about that. So we'll get started. One second, I would like to add that not all steam is steam. What a pressure canner does, it pressurizes the steam which makes it a higher temperature. However, unpressurized steam is steam. So, just wanted to make that one note. I added in the pectin and I'm stirring. I have it on medium heat for now. And it just said when to add the lemon juice, which is now. And it's just coming up to a rolling boil. Another thing about jams in this house, I can't have it on bread. Sometimes I will and then feel horrible later and possibly have a low blood sugar attack. My son, he'll go in spurts of really loving jam. Lately it's been the apple jelly that I made. I make that not with apples. I make it with store-bought apple juice because, again, we do have a local orchard and the apples are very expensive there. Even the seconds. The seconds barely have anything wrong with them. They're not priced that much lower. I've asked about canning apples, ones that have even more blemishes, and they say they don't have them. So that's why I rarely can apples, and I just do apple jelly with apple juice from the store. Lately, for a few years, he did not like it. He did not like the apple jelly. Now, I think in about 3 days, he went through a half a pint. Actually, I think it was 2 days. He went through a half a pint, and he's been doing that lately. So, in the not so near future, but sometime this year, I'll do another big batch of apple jelly because a bottle of apple juice makes a lot. Okay, see how it's bubbling in there? But when I stir it, the bubbles go away. It's not ready yet. Okay, it is getting quite a bit frothy, so I am going to put butter in. That's probably too much. Oh well. We're getting ever closer. Okay, it's really bubbling now when I stop stirring, but still going down when I do stir. Oh, one note. This is quite low in this pot. This is actually from an off-brand Instant Pot. I like it for cooking. I like my Instant Pot liner for cooking as well. Anyway, this is probably about a quarter or a third of the way full. This stuff can rise and foam up quite big. So you want to have a lot of head space and a thick bottom pot so that it doesn't scorch on the bottom. We're getting closer. I love the next step. When you add the sugar, it just turns it to pretty jewel tone. It's great. And that fruit is breaking down nicely. I don't like the chunks in my yogurt, which is how I use it, so I really wanted to make sure that the fruit was broken down. And it's getting hot on my hand. Gotta love the elf gloves. And we're about there. It is still bubbling while stirring, but I know it can be more. I just remembered a timer. I better get my phone ready for the next step. There we are. We're there. And it's spitting everywhere. Okay. All dissolved. It may look like it's bubbling, but that's just the air coming out of in between the sugar crystals. It's not boiling yet. Oh, pretty jewel tone. Yep, big clod of sugar there. And you'll feel the grains of sugar as you stir, and then they'll go away. Another clod of sugar? Weird. Maybe I shouldn't have just dumped it all. I usually don't do that. Oh, that's a berry. Okay, I'm going to, don't fall in. I'm going to set this aside. I'm actually going to turn down the heat a little bit while I get my jars out. Okay, I have more jars than I need, because you never know with the recipes. I'm going to turn this back up. My jars were just in a sink full of the hottest tap water. You can hear it bubbling below. You can feel the bubbles. I'm checking for the sheeting that people talk about, where the jam or jelly will run off the spoon in a sheet instead of single drips. I don't find that reliable, especially depending on the heat of the jam or jelly, how hot it is. So what I've found most reliable, and I've had batches that have failed, I redo them by adding more pectin and still fail. So and it would sheet. So I don't do that. Once I found the method of plates in the freezer, that is most reliable for me. Other people, it works great for them. Maybe it's because I use silicone as well. I'm not sure. Looks like it's wanting to sheet here. But it hasn't boiled yet. I'm going to crank her right on up. All right, and I think this is the growing stage where it just bubbles up and out. And I'm going to start the timer. Start. 1 minute. And during this minute, it just seems to rise up and up and up. So make sure you have a huge pot. It's coming up. Just a few seconds left. I usually go a few seconds over. Okay. All right, and I'll turn this way down to low. And once it starts going down, I will grab a plate. And it's going down, I'll check it more. All right, nice and cold plate, let's see. Let that sit a moment. I guess I want to keep stirring. Okay. It was kind of gloopy in the middle there. What about here? I'm not so sure. Let's check the edges. I'm not convinced. Let's see. I'll set that here. Let me check my spoon. Does leave a trail. Again, even if it's soft set, I'm fine with that. Let's check this little bit right here. Nope. Oh. And there we go. So good. Okay. So it looks like I'm not going to have syrup. Yep. All right. I'm going to turn this off. I'll stir this. Get the edges are gelling. Okay. Stir this just a little bit. And all the fruit floats to the top, so I stir it and try to distribute that evenly. And jam is always messy. I need to just deal with that. I try not to be messy. Oh, that's already I'm used to pints and quarts. Okay. 1/4 inch headspace. Okay, there they are in the pot. Again, Rebel canning. I am going to steam can these for 15 minutes. No, let me double check. 10 minutes plus 5, 15 minutes. So once steam comes out of here and along the side, then I will start my timer. All right, it is done. I'm going to turn it off. It was rolling out of there. And actually got some water that trickled over the edge. For water bath or steam canning, I just let it settle down and then I take them out. Even for pressure canning, once the pressure is 0, I take the lid off. If I hear hissing or spurting, then I move the lid back on. I don't do the Like for pressure canning, it would be pressure to 0, wait 5 minutes. Crack the lid, wait 5 minutes. Take the lid off, wait 5 minutes. I don't do that. I've rarely had a problem with hissing or siphoning once the processing is done. So it is still a little bit jiggly in there. I can see that the water is moving. The water is nice and clear in there, but it is slowing down quite a bit. And my counter space is limited. I just don't want these in the way in the kitchen, basically. I do have the counter space. I just don't want them in the way for the next day. So I'll put them on my dining room table, which is not in the way. So that's what I'll do, which is just around the corner there. I'll show you once I get them all moved. Now the bubbling of the water, not the jars, is settling down. Open away from you. My arm got a little bit of heat. And they're starting to pop. So the wait 5 minutes, wait 5 minutes, wait 5 minutes, I just don't find that necessary. So I'll take these out. Ah, they're doing the lava lamp, up, down, maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's take a look. All right, really pretty. They have all sealed already, and that was less than 5 minutes after turning off the heat. So, all right, another successful project. I will wash these in the sink tomorrow with some soap and citric acid. I do scrub them. There's nothing wrong with that. If the seal's going to break, I'd rather it break in the sink. So there they are.